Hey Hayden, it's Uncle Craig. Your dad was telling me that you're playing a lot of 1-4-1, so I figured I'd talk to you a little bit about it, okay? So, in this case, what we're going to talk about are picks and repicks. So you got an attackman behind, we got an attackman here, we got a midi on the crease, we got a midi on the crease, and we got an attackman on the wing. We got another midi up top, that's the 1-4-1. Some East Coast tiny guns with 1-4-1, etc. So what we're going to do here is pick and repick. Here's a defenseman and here's a defenseman, okay? Midi has the ball. He makes a little fake dodge up in here, a little split dodge, passes the ball to the wing. When this guy gets it, he's going to look inside. So what happens is if this midi just pops out, this defensive guy will be right with him. This midi pops out, the defensive guy will be right with him. So you're going to pick this guy, sets a pick on this guy, and this guy takes him in a little bit and then busts right into the seam. And what you're trying to do is catch these defensive midi. This defensive midi is obviously going to go with this guy a little bit. And it's up to these two defensive guys to kind of zone this up. Now if it isn't open, right, so if this guy comes back and he's not open on this play, what he does is he just simply circles back and sets another pick for this guy who just set the pick. So you're constantly picking and repicking. But the secret is, most people think, oh, this attackman needs to move around wherever the ball goes. It's not really that much happening. It's really more that this pick and the repick happens. That's how two guys. So I actually run a 1-4-1 a little bit, and what I have are two basketball guys. Basketball guys are pretty good at knowing how to pick and repick. This is something, you know, your dad played a lot of basketball. He'd probably be pretty good at. So I've got two basketball guys, 1-6-4, 1-6-2. And all day long, these guys pick and repick, especially if the other team goes into zone, and I can kind of move it casually, just waiting for these guys to act properly and get open. And I'll show you some more things in a second. The second piece is you have a button hook. So again, these guys are in here, and I'll send you a video. We scored twice on this the other day. So what we do is, this guy basically, instead of kind of this defenseman's here, and say the ball comes here, and then the ball snaps back to the midi up top, what he does is he goes around this way right at the midi. Alright, and this guy, this attackman, is just stepping in front of his D-pole. So he's kind of, it's not really a pick per se, he's pushing this guy, just sitting in front of him, you know, putting his butt on him, and then this guy, as he runs around, the D-pole follows, but he can't get around this guy. He comes right off the screen here, right behind the area, and this D-pole can't get through because of that little blockage. And so what we ran on our extra the other day is we had this guy come in and set this kind of seal block, and this crease guy set a seal block, and we sent this midi around to get it. But it's the same concept inside. I'll send you another video where we score where this midi hits this guy, and this guy steps back and cranks one in the cage. That's called the button hook. You'll hear that term a little bit. And
man up 1 minute / cross check.
Watch the creep from behind.
Score, South Lakes. Senior number 11, Ben Bush.